city
Limerick
built
city.
up around that castle. It gained city status in the 1300s. The city itself was a very wealthy, prosperous city during the Industrial Revolution. At that time there was a lot of mining going on in the Limerick area, which brought a lot of heavy industry into Limerick, making it wealthy and prosperous. And you'll see that as we go through the main city centre streets there, the big wide avenues. Back in those days, if they had wealth, they liked to show it off. This is the Docklands we're coming up, which would be the industrial heartland of Limerick City. And just on the left hand side here you have the River Shannon. Down onto Limerick's Henry Street here now. This is not the city centre street. City centre street is O'Connell Street. It runs parallel to here on our right. If any of you guys saw a movie or read a book by an Irish author called Frank McCourt, the name of the book was Angela's Ashes. Well, that was a very graphic account of growing up in poverty in Limerick in the 1930s and 40s. They lived in terrible poverty, but it was typical of life in Ireland in those times. It was an autobiographical account of growing up here in Limerick, Angela being his mother, of course. The family later emigrated to the United States, but it's a good movie if you're interested in how people grew up. If you have Irish heritage, probably give you some kind of an idea about why they left Ireland, same as why the McCourts left Ireland. On the left hand side.
That's Limerick Museum there. Arthur Ski House. Arthur Ski.
So I would like to stay. You say you're here for December, yeah. I wouldn't enjoy. Well, I can't either because I have to bring my
It's nice there. I like the river.
I didn't do that because I tried to pack late, but I have to travel to India after this and then back home to Puerto Rico.
Now,
Charlotte's Ski.
just on the right hand side here we have O'Connell Street, which is the city centre street. And on the left hand side we have what's known as the Hunt Museum. This is a fabulous museum. It's got all kinds of ancient artifacts from all around the world. It's really, really interesting exhibition there.
The Hunt Museum there.
Just on the left hand side we have Limerick Courthouse, and unfortunately I'm a regular visitor in there. And St Mary's Cathedral here on the left hand side. The beautiful old house here on the left, it's called Burke House. It's a medieval house. It dates back to the 1400s, and how it has survived the passage of time there I have no idea. And history about it, I can't get any information on it either. This is a Franciscan church here in front of me.
Yeah.
I love it, so I brought my Ninja Turtle with my size.
So you're like,
On the left hand side, again these would date back to the 1200s.
Wow.
We're just coming around by King John's Castle here, and King John's Castle was not built to be pretty. It was built to defend that River Shannon from attack, and the castle did see a lot of action in its time. It was attacked many times, and the last time this castle would have seen action was during our Civil War,
King John's
which went on from
Castle.
1922 to 1923. And at that time, the walls
that
here
one.
in front of us were breached.
That's King
They
John's
never bothered
Castle.
rebuilding them. They just just put in those interpretive centre there. We're just about to cross over the River Shannon here now. Longest river in the British Isles. And it's named after a Celtic goddess. Shannon was her name. And Shannon was the protector of knowledge and wisdom. Football stadium in front of us is called Pullman Park, and this is the home ground of the Munster rugby team. Now, rugby is a game that's played at professional level in Ireland, and it's a game we're pretty good at. Our international team is ranked number 1 in the world, and there is the World Championships on at the minute. We played Romania last week, they defeated them 80-something 8. So we're playing some African team at the weekend here, probably hammer them as well. Yeah, other sports we're good at. We're good at fighting. Our boxers tend to do well in the Olympics. We have a lady boxer, Katie Taylor, who is world champion in 7 different weights. Needless to say, you've all heard of Conor McGregor. He likes fighting in and outside. Due to technology, it's been renamed. It's called Blues at the minute.
Now they said they actually wanted to see baseball.
There are 3 universities in Limerick. You also have a teacher training college, which is called Mary Immaculate, Mary I, they call it for short. And then you have the University of Limerick, or UL, which is out the Dublin side of Limerick. And UL probably has the finest campus of any of the universities in Ireland. And on the campus they have world-class sporting facilities. And you regularly would have international sporting events taking place on the grounds of UL. Last year they had the World Lacrosse Championships took place on the grounds of UL there. Roddy Castle here in front of us. Now we are stopping here in the afternoon, but when we're approaching it from the other side we don't get the nice views we do from this side.
We are here in Inistown.
Actually, I'll be honest, I was way more impressed with Germany driving through. Maybe it's just because where I went. I don't like Hawaii.
No, sorry. Why were you impressed by Germany?
I think
Inistown River.
This is a waterfall here on the right hand side. We're not getting a huge amount of rainfall here except for yesterday, so there's not that much water on it. It's a good salmon fishing river, that, and back in the day the salmon were having difficulty getting up that fall, so they built cascades there in the middle of the river to make it easier for the salmon to get up.
So I think that, like the German cities, so for example, a lot of German cities that like this beautiful this is definitely something I really like. But yeah, how you get a house like neighborhoods, because
it's just the language, but that comes to the
it's like every house has like a bonus dead end. So you always can go in that way if it's the same way. But in Germany, it's like kids of you can go like around like a circle in your neighborhood, because there's like a connection between the different parts. Here it's
On the coast, and we're just going into a little town here called Lahinch. It's a very popular holiday resort. It's got a fabulous beach down here, and it's particularly popular with surfers. All along the western seaboard here you get world-class surfing waves, and there will be several surf schools in the town of Lahinch. They'll surf all year round here. If the waves are high in the winter time, they'll brave the cold and out to go and surf. This is Lahinch Golf Course here on my left, established in 1892. It is one of the top golf courses in the country, a links golf course. For you guys that are golfers, that means built on sand dunes there. And if you are golfers, you'll know looking across it, it's a challenging course. It is in fabulous condition there at the minute. And it was back in 2019, the Irish Open Golf Championship took place on Lahinch there. If you did want to play around there, you'd be parting with between 250 and 300 euros.
He doesn't have a club though. I thought that he had a club. There is a hole right there.
Laki, tawak. Kita mo pa. May mga vlog, nandun yung hole. Lawak yung golf course na yan.
Imagine golfing on that.
Lawak.
I like going to the driving range.
Ayan, nakikita mo yung lahat na yan. Golf course.
Just coming into a little village here called the Scanner, and it's in the Scanner that a guy by the name of John Holland was born. And to say John Holland is the man that invented the submarine.
I heard about that guy. Can you imagine that with that at home?
Atlantic Way Gallery. Atlantic Way Gallery.
And then just get crushed like they just did. That was
a bar.
A cow galloping.
Yeah, Emperor's. Yeah, that's great.
Okay guys, we're just approaching the cliffs here now. You can see the pathways here in front of me, and just to the left of the paths a white tower is going to come into view, which is called O'Brien's Tower. And O'Brien's Tower is located at the highest point of the cliffs. So if you want to get your photographs at the highest point, just when you get to the cliff face, turn right, you've less than a 5-minute walk, you're at O'Brien's Tower. My opinion for what that's worth is the best photos you'll get is in the opposite direction, which is over to the left. And the reason I say that is when you go down there so far, you're looking directly across at O'Brien's Tower. The photographs you're taking are of the highest point. Okay. Now I've got to do a bit of paperwork here, so just bear with me there for a minute, guys. Sorry, no. I'm going to have to leave there.